So I've come to a public housing neighborhood in London, and I'm about to meet a guy named Hidrow. He's an underground weed concentrates maker who treated his own cancer with medical marijuana and now supplies John's neediest clients with serious, high-potency cannabis oil.
Always have one of these.
Okay, good. So Hydro, can you take me through the cannabis medicines that you make and like how you make them?
Yeah, I'll give you a first run out, and this is trim and leaf and a little bit of bud and stuff.
Where do you get this trim from? Who gives it to you?
Everybody's got a friend who grows a little something, and, you know, they throw it away. So I said, bring it to me. That, what you're throwing away, to me, is a lifesaver, and to other people can be a lifesaver, you know?
And when you say they, you mean like people who are basically selling weed illegally?
Yeah. Some of them are really nice people, some of them are very horrible people. Some of them I would like to see them out of the business completely. Because,
What do you mean they're horrible people?
well, they're not nice, they're criminals. You know, they actually are criminals. After this, we would take this and we literally have the most dangerous part of the process, which is where we have to actually decarboxylate it.
You're putting a flammable substance next to a heat source.
Yeah, never smart. You know, like...
I mean, like, honestly, like, I'm pretty nervous doing this inside.
Stick your mask on, please.
Because what can go wrong if this goes wrong?
You could burn down a whole building. You could kill yourself. It's extremely dangerous.
All right, I'm actually very nervous about this.
Okay, don't be so nervous.
Has it ever gone wrong on you before?
Yes, I've blown myself up twice, and from that I've learned never to do it again. So at this point, we'll turn it on and it will start to bubble after it reaches a certain temperature.
But you know, like from an outside observer, they might see like a hot plate,
A
you're
gas
in a
mask.
mask, we're wearing all black. Like this, it doesn't look like medicine, it looks like drugs.
It does. And that's because that's how they want it to look. We have a government that said we're not going to accept any medical value to this, even though GW Pharmaceuticals is in the UK. They want the money on this side, but the people that are sick here can't get it.
So people who are sick and who want this have to come to you. They have to get medicine that's made on a hot plate.
Yeah. This is basically almost done. I'll just take off my mask. Yeah, that's done. That's just oil.
Ooh, you can really smell it, though.
We don't charge. It's not about charging, you know.
How much do you give away?
Every week, about 20,000.
20,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Wow.
But for someone, that could be like 5 to 10 days of relief. And this is why we're actually fighting our government for the right for medical access, because it shouldn't be people like me sitting in a dank little house, risking my life and my freedom.